Hey everybody, I just bought myself a copy of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Wii U for just 20 bucks in 2025. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the video, guys. Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I bought this off of Facebook Marketplace. The guy originally had it listed for 30, but then slashed it down to 20. Apparently had some people ask about it, but they bailed on him, and I was the person who did not bail, and I ended up getting the game for just 20 bucks, which is a pretty incredible deal when you consider that the Switch version still retails for full price, and the upcoming Switch 2 edition of the game is going to be even higher. I think it's going to be probably over $100 actually, which is insane, especially when you consider the fact that this game's like 8 years old right now, and um, the only enhancements that's coming to the Switch 2 port is just the frame rates and a best more stable frame rate and higher resolution and I guess HDR, whatever that means. But yeah, um, that would that's certainly something that only Nintendo could get away with. But we'll see. I mean, as far as we know, the Switch 2 port of the game could completely flop, especially since the Switch 2 port, much like the much like the Wii U and Switch release of this game, will not have any of the DLC. Um, one of the downsides of having the Wii U version actually right now is that unless you already bought the DLC, you can no longer get it legitimately. Like you can mod your system, you can if you want to, if you don't mind sailing the seven seas. Yeah, you can get the DLC very easily for this, but if you want like a legit copy of the DLC for whatever reason, you can't get it anymore because the eShop is closed. So it's just the base content, and the base content itself is extremely quite substantial. It's considered one of the best games of the generation for a reason. It's just that um, it'll never feel complete because you don't have that DLC. Now, let's actually get into the game itself here. So the game, you can see at the top, it has Amiibo support, and fortunately for me, I do have a good chunk of good chunk of a good chunk of the amiibos compatible for the game, including the Wolf Link amiibo, which I recently obtained, allowing me to have Wolf Link as a companion in the game. Though I need Twilight Princess HD to get the full benefits, sadly, but I'm not gonna pay an overpriced and pay absurd amount of money for that game. Um, Especially since there still is that slim chance that they may port it to Switch 2 or whatever, but we'll see. So, okay, we look on the back here. Answer the call. The shadow of Calamity Ganon rises over the ashes of Hyrule. Craft your survival. Defend the legend. What else is there? 3 gigabytes of available memory required on the Wii U system or external drive to play this game. Of course, there's the aforementioned Amiibo support. You can use the Wii U Pro controller, which I actually have right here. And also, of course, the gamepad. Though, unfortunately, there is no like serious gamepad support. When the game was first shown off by E.G. Anuma, when it was slated to be released back in like 2015, he actually showed off gamepad support, but unfortunately, that gamepad support was scrapped partly in development. I guess so that they could have like content parity between both the Wii U and Switch version, but also switching between looking at a map on a second screen and then snapping back to the TV might be a little disorienting, but it's still a shame that they had to remove that feature. It is sort of making a return. They're actually adding a new feature in the Switch 2 port where where you can actually use your phone to as a secondary map of sorts. I can't remember exactly, but it's supposed to serve as like a guide that in the palm of your hand. But yeah, that but of course remains to be seen. Okay, I actually keep forgetting to turn the game to the side for a lot of these videos. But yeah, this is what the spine looks like. We have the logo right there. Um, the font is pretty standardized. Now we open the box. Okay, well, I mean, we got the disc on the right as usual. Uh, Disc looks pretty good condition, which is really good. Of course, we don't actually have an actual manual. It's just a guide on how to look at the manual, which is, quite frankly, really stupid. I mean, just put the manual in the game, guys. I will say, I do kind of miss the Wii U box art. Sorry, the Wii U cases. I really like the blue. I kind of miss it a little. But yeah, that's The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Wii U. I'm actually going to stick this into the system right now just to make sure it works, but also I want to see how much space it actually takes up. The patch, that is, because the game did get patched to um, iron out some bugs here and there. Yeah, so let's do that. All right, so I'm here on the Wii U over here, and yeah, I've got the game inserted. Yeah, let's see what happens when I try to play um, this game. Okay, it's preparing an update. Okay, let's see how long it takes. Oh, okay, all right. The update is actually okay. I was not expecting. Oh, 5 minutes. Okay, that's actually really short. Um, yeah. Okay, let's see. Can I actually? Okay, no, I can't. I can't back out. Can I back out? To use this software, you must restart it and complete the updated data installation. Okay. Okay, well, it looks like I do have to actually wait the full 11 minutes. Okay. Okay. So this is actually taking a little bit longer than expected. I actually had some trouble with the disc. So apparently, the game does need to install an update from the disc itself in order to work at all, because otherwise, the game will not load up. If you don't install the update from the disc, it will not load up. And unfortunately, um, I had problems getting the disc to work. Uh, I had to restart this update multiple times, unplug my external hard drive, plug it back in. It turns out it was actually the disc itself that was the problem. I actually had to take it out and clean it a little bit, and then now it seems to be installing the update. And so far, so good. Um, I was really worried that the disc that was sold to me was busted or defective, but thankfully that's not the case. Thankfully that's not the case. Um, uh, I just had to clean it, and hopefully now the game loads up. So yeah, it seems to be loading up. Um, you know, as somebody who does wait, oh no. Okay. So it needed to install an update from the disk, and now it's installing an update from Nintendo servers. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see how big this update is. Okay. Okay, so the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild update is about 874 megabits. And if I go to system settings over here, let's actually take a look at how big the update is. Sorry, the update from the disk is. Right off the bat, you have to have install a 2188 gigabyte, sorry, 2188 megabit patch right off the disk. That is and of course, as you can see here, system memory only 3.2. So that is, and for comparison's sake, like Smash Brothers almost takes up the full 3 gigabytes. That is, you can barely fit. So on an 8 gigabyte system, you can barely fit Breath of the Wild. You can't even fit Breath of the Wild and Smash Brothers on the system memory. You have to have a USB thumb drive or um, USB hard drive, which yeah really sucks a lot. Okay, all right, all right. It's about time, but yeah, I spent probably about half an hour off screen, but here we are. The game seems to be loading up now. Now this is the Wii U, so I expect the tap here to play on the Oh, okay, there we go.
Open your eyes.
Yeah, so of course the game starts off with Link waking up
Wake up,
after
Link.
like 100 years, and it's also worth mentioning that this is the first mainline game to actually have full-on voice acting. The actress who plays Zelda is actually a Canadian actress doing a sort of British accent. I mean, by that point, you might as well just hire a British person, but whatever. So yeah, intro of the game. Link just wakes up in his undies, and yeah, you head outside and you explore the open world however you wish. You can even just head to the final boss and try to face off against him, which some people have successfully done. They've actually sped run this game in like half an hour, which is crazy. Now, obviously, the footage you're seeing right now is on the gamepad, so it's not, I'm trying to, it's not very good, but hey, it works. And oh wow, wow, it's really pixelated. I forgot how much lower quality the gamepad is compared to the Switch. But yeah, this is basically Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild on Wii U. It seems to be working fine now after having some trouble. Not I don't know if I'm
That
actually
is a Sheikah slate.
don't know if I'm gonna
Take it.
don't know if I'm
It
gonna
will help guide you after your long slumber.
I don't know if I'm gonna actually finish the game through with the Wii U version because of course haven't actually finished the game even on Switch. And I don't know if I want to actually finish it on Wii U because, well, I won't be able to access the DLC. But you know what? We'll see. I mean, hey, if the game is functionally speaking really good, so really depend. If a game's really good, you'd be more than fine to just play it on no matter what system it's on. But yeah, I think this video has gone on long enough. I'll just let Link over here walk into the sunrise, and then we can just end the video. But yeah, um, but aside from that, guys, if you like what you saw and want to see more, as always, um, you know, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.
Hold the Sheikah slate up to the pedestal. That will show you the way. Link, you are the light. Our light. That must shine upon Hyrule once again. Now go.